you doing, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Mr. Movie Review Tuesday. Now, may have noticed my appearance has slightly changed up a little bit. I'm not wearing my typical mortuary cap and sport shorts and sleeveless shirt or t-shirt that I would normally wear. And there's a reason for that. The movie I'm reviewing today, I felt the source material deserved a little bit more respect than that. May sound kind of strange, but that's kind of how I felt. The movie I'm going to be reviewing today is the Hank Williams biopic that came out a little bit earlier this year. It's called I Saw the Light. This movie was fantastic. It really captured, I believe, the essence of the life of Hank Williams. Tom Hiddleston, I believe, did a fantastic job. He poured his heart and soul into this role. So much where he was, he learned to play guitar and he learned to sing, those songs. So when you hear, if you go and watch this movie and you hear, the music, it's actually Tom Hiddleston, doing this. He's not lip syncing to Hank Williams' music. He actually went and learned and recorded these songs. For this movie. He engrossed himself in this movie so much, and I honestly think that Sony Pictures did a big disservice to this film and to Tom Hiddleston because it didn't get, a lot of promotion, which is probably why a lot of people haven't heard of it. It didn't get a very wide release, theatrically, and I think. Like I said, I think Sony did a big disservice to the film, and I think they did a big disservice to themselves because this movie was so well done. I truly believe it could have been an Oscar contender. Tom Hiddleston, he could have gone on to win, Best Actor. The movie could have gotten Best Picture. I truly believe that with how good this movie is. Excuse me. And Elizabeth Olsen, she did a great job playing his first wife Audrey. I mean, but and overall, like I said, I can't. There's nothing wrong with this picture. There's been a lot of people who criticize this movie, saying that Tom Hiddleston, he did a lackluster job as Hank Williams. Elizabeth Olsen, she didn't do a good job as Audrey. I completely disagree. I completely think that's false, and Tom Hiddleston worked himself to the bone to, he went as far as, and a lot of actors, he went as far as changing his physical appearance through rigorous exercise and stuff like that to get that sort of, lanky and gaunt appearance that Hank Williams had in his life. And, and this movie goes to prove that, Tom is not just a sort of a one-trick pony with, his roles, in the MCU as Loki, because that seems like the only time he can get a good amount of press, or, when his movies fare well is when he's, portraying Loki, but he, this movie proves he can go beyond that, and I honestly don't think he's been given a fair shot to prove that. But, yeah, this movie, and it truly captures the essence, of how tragic a life, that Hank Williams really had, and the ending scene, it's kind of touching in a way, because it shows, and I did some research on Hank Williams, to try and make sure that the movie stayed real close to the source material, so I was doing research on Hank Williams, before I watched the movie, while I was watching the movie, kind of make sure that everything, and, Hollywood's always going to take some certain liberties, but, I mean, it stayed true to the life of Hank Williams, as far as, the stuff that I was able to research, especially, the ending scene when, he was supposed to play that New Year's show in Canton, Ohio, and he died in his car on the way there. There's a scene at the end of the movie where the guy comes out and he has to announce to the people who's there to see Hank, that he died on his way up there, and then everyone starts singing, the song "I Saw the Light." And I did research on that, and that actually happened. So I truly believe that this movie was a real good representation of the life of Hank Williams. I can't say anything negative about Tom Hiddleston's performance as Hank Williams. He dove headfirst into this role, and he delivered a solid performance. It was directed well. The music in it is awesome. When I heard this movie was coming out and I heard that Tom was going to be doing the songs himself, I was kind of skeptical. But then you watch the movie and you listen to Tom's, take on the songs, and he has that sort of good honky-tonk voice that Hank Williams had, and he can hit a lot of those same high-pitched notes that Hank did too. So I mean, that really proves how much work he put into this role. If you haven't heard of this movie, which I would not be at all surprised if you haven't, I will put a link to the trailer in the description down below. If you get an opportunity, I strongly suggest that you go check this movie out. If you like Hank Williams, if you like Tom Hiddleston, if you like biopics, if you like drama movies, dramatic movies, go check this out. You won't be disappointed. It was a solid movie. If I had to rate this movie for me, it really hits on all points. So it gets a perfect 5 out of 5 stars for me. And this is the first time I've ever done a rating on a movie. I may do this more, but yeah, this movie was absolutely perfect. I've got nothing bad to say about it except for the fact that Sony, I feel, kind of screwed over those who put so much effort into making this movie. Like I said, if you get a chance, go see it. Let me know what you think. Comment below if you like it, if you didn't like the movie. Let me know what you think of this video. And, I'll see you soon. And now for
Mr. Movie Reviews Retro Rewind.
And on this week's Mr. Movie Review Retro Rewind, I'm going to delve into a big bag of obscurity. And going to be discussing a movie from 1985 called Demons. Now, this movie had been bouncing around in my head for months, and I never could remember what it was called. I just remember watching it once when I was like 6 or 7 years old. The movie takes place in a theater where these people are given like these free tickets, and they go in, and this one chick puts on a mask. The mask scratches her face, and when she goes in the bathroom, her face is like pulsating, and it like blows up and pushes out. She's the one who kind of starts the whole demon thing. And it kind of follows along with the movie they're watching, so it's kind of like a movie in a movie type situation going on right there. Having gone back and watched this movie, and like I said, I haven't watched it since I was 6 or 7 years old. This movie's cheesy as hell. This is... the movie's from 1985, but it is cheesy as hell. I guess it's one of those things from your childhood. You remember it being better than it actually is. Now that I'm an adult and I'm watching it, wow, the acting is bad, and you can tell it's foreign made. There are moments in time where you can kind of hear where the audio's been overdubbed, and like the actors, they may not speak English all that well and that kind of thing. But if you're looking for just kind of a movie to kill some time, just go ahead and watch it. It's a little bit of a gore fest. You can find it on YouTube. You just look up Demons 1985 and it'll pop up in there. I'll put the link to it in the description down below. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. If you think it's a good movie, cool. If not, let me know too. I'm always up for open opinions. If you have a suggestion for anything you'd like to see me do on Mr. Movie Review Tuesdays or the Retro Rewind, oh, we screwed that up. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next week.